I get asked all the time what I eat, what my general diet consists of. Please, before I go any further, don't think I'm an advocate for not having any fun, because I do. I sin enough to keep myself honest and make myself work hard in the next PT session. So I still do drink, and I still do eat chocolate. So, but this is just a generalisation. So let's crack on. So this is what I eat the most of, down and across there, because I ran out of room, and this is what I try and steer away from if I can, if I'm able to. So just in case you can't read it, water. Drink a lot of that, obviously, and I put a pinch of pink salt in it. That's the Himalayan salt. I choose to. I've read the benefits of it. Probably make another video on that later. However, in very small amounts in added water, I think the benefits outweigh any associated risks. Chicken breast, speaks for itself. Salmon, skin on or skin off. It's really up to the type of flavour you like, really. The pork mince, the low fat type. There's 2 or 3 variants. I go for the slightly more expensive one because it's I find it's a richer flavour, having less fat in it. Personal choice again. Yeah. Coffee, I drink a lot of coffee. I'll have 2 or 3 each morning. Or I can go without it completely. Sometimes I just detox. Okay, wrong word. Sometimes I just don't drink coffee at all. Just to get my body back off it, and then I go back on it because I like to. That's why. And sometimes pre-workout, depending on what time of the day I'm going to work out. Sweet potato, I eat a lot of that. Skin on, skin off, it depends how I'm feeling. It's all the same really. The coleslaw kit from Coles, that's their little pre-made bags. They're 500 gram bags, I think they are. I prefer them because it's instant. It's an instant salad, I guess, slash vegetable, and I find the ingredients in them are good. My personal preference. I eat a lot of mushrooms. Probably go through, quite a few mushrooms here each week. Fried off with butter mostly. Coconut cream. I add coconut cream to a lot of things. I love coconut cream. Avocados. I use butter with everything, especially when I cook my chicken breast and when I cook my salmon. Olive oil mostly gets mixed up with the avocado when we make a spread, and the olive oil also gets mixed up with the blue cheese and feta. I mix these two together with olive oil and make a really good spread. A lot of olive oil added for that. We use a lot of spices, not sauces. 99% of the time, I've got a massive spice rack, I guess you could say, and I steer away from any pre-made sauces, with the exception of spaghetti bolognese. Clearly you need to put sauce in spaghetti bolognese, therefore we use either the tin tomatoes, or if we're in a pinch and we don't have time, yes, we'll use the Dolmio's one. And yes, there is quite a bit of added sugar in that. Greek yogurt. I use the Greek yogurt because basically it's one of the only yogurts I've found that doesn't have any added sugar. And it's the least processed of the yogurts. That's why I have Greek yogurt. Feta cheese and blue cheese, as I just spoke about, I go through quite a bit of feta cheese. Yes, it is quite salty. I know it is quite salty. Blue cheese, I like the flavour of blue cheese, especially when it's made into that paste I spoke of earlier. Rice cakes I eat a lot of with tuna. I've got it down to a fine art where 3 rice cakes, and I'm talking the plain ones, the thick ones. Sunrise, I think the brand is called. 3 of those go with 1 tin of tuna. It's a perfect amount. The mint teas, so they're the flavoured, the Twinings or Twinings, however you want to pronounce it. Flavoured teas. There's a various amount of those, so you can take a pick from there. Chickpeas, lentils and kidney beans, we mix those up. We put those together with the pork mince and the sweet potato, and basically it almost becomes like a Mexican meal. And you add tomato and you put it in the oven once it's all cooked. It's actually quite good. Peanut butter, I eat a lot of peanut butter, especially with chicken. Peanut butter for me goes with chicken breast. I fry it off, and then I add a little bit of curry paste, and sometimes a bit of coconut cream to thicken it, and you get quite a good natural sauce out of that. It's a homemade sauce, it's not a pre-made sauce. Chili, I eat a lot of chilies, and I eat a lot of like chili red pepper powder. So that's my chili fix. Beetroot for me personally goes together with sweet potato and feta. Basically, you fry for sweet potato, you add the feta and the beetroot once it's been cooked, and you add some Italian herbs, and it's actually quite nice. What I do steer away from, what I try not to eat, is any breads at all, anything. I don't have bread here. Wrong. There's a half a loaf of bread kept in the freezer, and that's because my daughter likes to eat bread for breakfast sometimes. Anything with added sugar in it, I try and steer away from it as best as I can. I don't put any sugar in my coffee or my tea, nothing. I mean, we have Weet-Bix there. I do try and steer away from it. But if I was to have Weet-Bix, and let's say I haven't had Weet-Bix in over a year, but I just keep them there as an emergency. But if I was to have Weet-Bix, I'd try not to add any sugar on that. Carrying on, yeah, cow's milk. I don't drink milk at all. I don't really see the need to, and I don't like the taste. And there's two types of sugars in milk as well. Pasta, I try to steer away from pasta, period. And I'm talking pastas like lasagnas and stuff like that. I do love a good lasagna, and I will eat it. But generally speaking, I try and steer away from it. And that includes pasta shells as well. I'll only have a pasta very rarely. I think it's been weeks since I've had pasta. Soft drinks, I don't drink soft drink at all, period, none. Chocolate, I love chocolate. I fucking love chocolate, but I do try and steer away from it as best I can. For obvious reasons. Extremely high in fat, and most importantly, it's high in sugar. Anything deep fried. I steer away from anything deep fried, basically because you cook the guts out of it. Any nutrients that was in that object is now null and void after it's been fried. Plus the fat content, plus the fact that it's covered in breadcrumbs, which is, once it's been deep fried, it turns into a high glycemic index anyway. So what people don't realise is you're literally eating something coated in sugar because the breadcrumb's been overcooked and broken back down into its natural state. Alcohol speaks for itself. I try and limit the amount of alcohol I have. Alcohol is counterproductive for muscle growth. And of course, alcohol in general is bad for your health. I don't need to go on any further than that. I try and limit my alcohol intake. But I do lash out occasionally. Breakfast cereals, I've already covered that. All breakfast cereals, in my opinion, are bad. If you've ever spun them around and looked at the back of them, they're all full of sugar, with the exception of maybe Weet-Bix, maybe Sultana brand, I'm not sure, but they're all pretty bad if you turn them around and look at the back of them. Ice cream speaks for itself. It's full of bad fat, and it is chock-a-block full of sugar, but it is delicious. Any sweets or treats, I try not to go down to the cafe and have a muffin. I try not to get a piece of cheesecake. I try not to get a piece of tart, but they are delicious. But I try and steer away from them. Again, sauces. That's going to those pre-made sauces you can get from the shop. That goes through your pre-made curry pastes that they have, like, ready to eat. Not so much your dolmio, yes, to a degree. But if you ever like your pre-made red curry, what are they called? Your pre-made, say, Thai green soup, Thai green curries, or Thai red curries, or whatever they're called. Anything like that. Turn them around, look at the back of them. They're full of sugar. They are honestly full of sugar. All your pre-made sauces are. Not so sure about gravy or the pre-made gravies, because I simply don't have them. But most sauces you will buy, pre-made, chock-a-block full of sugar. Most of them are 30–40% sugar. So I make my own sauces and I'm going to do that. And that's that in a nutshell. I'm sure if anybody is watching this, there's probably going to be questions. So, have a look what I've got and feel free to send me a direct message. There we go. That's my life in a nutshell.